If you want to grow a practice that pays, you need to be able to distinguish yourself from the herd. That's very difficult if all you have to offer are relaxation and symptoms management techniques. Now, they don't tell you this in hypnosis school, but most people aren't looking for hypnosis. They're not. Most people don't know anything about hypnosis, and often what they do know has been contaminated by Hollywood and bad press and misinformation, and these things are all working against your best efforts to sell yourself and your services. People don't pay for hypnosis, they pay for results. So if you want to grow your healing practice and make it pay, you need to invest in growing yourself and in developing your knowledge and skill and competence in working with deeper issues. If you can show folks how what you do is different from every other option they're considering, you won't have to work so hard to get paid. And you'll be able to grow a referral-based business based on your ability to get results consistently working with many of those deeper issues. Now, to do that, you need to be able to adapt to the needs of each individual client. And this is because no two clients are ever alike. They may come to you with similar problems, but it's never the same problem. You know, some clients are going to come to you with simple issues. Some are going to need help with deeper issues. And the key to successful hypnotherapy is to simply choose the approach that's best for the client. Simple issues respond well to simple techniques. That's what you learned in basic training. You learned 1 or 2 or 3 session protocols, and these things work well for simple issues. But if you try to use a surface technique on an emotional problem, it won't work. The results won't last. You know, the client might experience some relief for a while, but eventually the symptoms will either return or they'll get worse. And this can frustrate the daylights out of you if you don't recognize that you're probably dealing with a deeper issue. Deeper issues are emotional issues, and emotions don't just come out of nowhere. They have their roots in the person's history. And these issues can involve complexity, especially when the problem's been around for a while, because it's had time to grow and build up pressure inside. This is when people are most likely to turn to alternative healing methods. It's when nothing else has worked. And by then, there can be multiple layers contributing to the problem. There can be multiple aspects and multiple events feeding into the problem. And these things all take time to clear. When you're dealing with a deeper issue, there's always a block getting in the way. And this is what's preventing change from happening. And it will show up in your sessions as resistance. There can be conscious resistance where the client doesn't want to go there. There can be subconscious resistance where the underlying truth is being hidden from conscious awareness. And these things effectively prevent healing from happening. Healing is not something you can do. It's something that happens naturally given the right conditions. So your job is simply to create those conditions, and that's where the client feels safe enough to allow healing to happen. Pretty simple, right? This is where the business is waiting for you. It's not in the surface techniques. It's in the deeper issues that don't respond well to surface techniques. And too many hypnosis practitioners are struggling simply because the market for simple issues is highly saturated these days, and it has been for some time. You're probably not the only hypnosis practitioner in town, or on your block for that matter. So like it or not, you've got competition. Not only can this seriously limit your client base, you'll have to put a lot more time and effort into promoting yourself and your services just to get enough clients to make a living. That can get costly. And from a purely economic point of view, it's very difficult to make a living doing one-off sessions. You end up working too hard, and most of your energy gets tied up in finding the next client just so you can pay the next bill. That's no way to make a living. So why compete when you can transcend? Seriously, 97% of the business is not in the surface stuff anyway. It's in the deeper issues where nothing else has worked.